Nerd Zottenthroppel. A very pale gnome with a dull, brittle hair is scribbling something busily on a small scroll, not looking up as you approach. Ah, here you are, at last. Go read the rules quickly. They're posted a little further along. The other team's already arrived a while ago. The host said we'll start as soon as you show up and read the rules. Of course, I'm famous enough for my admirers to follow my every move, brah. But still, I'd like to know, how did you know we were coming? The gnome shrugs. The host said so. Well, are you going to keep wasting time? Read the rules and we'll start. They just disappear like... Oh, well, okay, it's just us. Never mind. Fixing his glasses, Jubilos looks at the paper describing the rules. I still need to use this. My lightning bolt. Although usually there's people on the way, so that could be really deadly. Let's see. I'll read out loud so that everyone can hear. Rules of the inconsequent debates. Year to be added later. I see the authors didn't overstrain themselves. To the rules. Item 1. Obey the host in everything. Item 2. Common triplets. Item 3. No fighting, no killing each other, even temporarily, even if you really want to, even if you apologize later. Item 4. The most important one. The participant must routinely enter desperate screaming fits. What is this? And what are the rules? Where are the conditions and the principles? I'm asking you! That's a random screaming fit. Congratulations. Jubilee stops, puzzled, then opens and closes his mouth and carefully says, Well, I think my nerves are failing me. I need to control myself. May the bleaching eat me. No, it's not nerves. It appears to be some kind of magic. Damn it, I can't stop screaming. Something is obviously wrong here. Ha! A 13, you say? Yeah. Examination offers nothing. Just like anything else that involves the Fae, the rules scroll ordinary and suspicious. Well, I'm glad you read it, not me. I know what to believe. Maybe it's supposed to be like this. So we're just going to leave it as it is. It's really bad for you, though, because of the bleaching. I have a better idea. Let Lindsay buy us some time. I'll talk to other participants. Don't worry about anything. I'll go run to the host and ask him a few questions for my book. It'll buy you some time. You start looking for whoever is responsible for this. Who do we talk to? Sir Ulfrey? Find the culprit. Greetings, I am Sir Ulfrey, loyal follower of the Tentacles of Iomade. Tentacles of what? No, Knight, Noble, and Crusader from Mendev. Oh, he can't stop saying tentacles. I think it's meant to be paladins. Tentacles. Oh yes, my nightly motto used to be courteous even in death, but I'm afraid it must now be changed to severing the tentacles of evil. And just a few phrases, he manages to pour more pomposity on us than I can manage in a week. Quite a talent. The tentacles of evil. And why is it that you want to change the motto, sir? You see, upon my arrival, I immediately went to read the tentacles of the event. But Guile already had me in its tentacles. The rules were charmed, and everyone who reads them must say tentacles every so often, which is happening to me just now. Tentacles. If I can't get rid of this affliction, at least tentacles. I can make it into my motto. Did you try talking to the hosts about this? I did, in the name of tentacles, but Fae think that cheating within the rules is tentacles and perfectly appropriate. As a true knight, I must overcome these tentacles resolutely. I can read. Do you have any idea who could have done this to the rules? It was done by one of the participants who allowed their tentacles to guide their heart, including you and me and my tentacles. 4 teams of 3 arrived. I swear by my tentacles, my service is to the most honest Iomade would never allow such tentacles, nor would I suspect you and your outstanding companions, noble tentacles, or look for the villain among the other 2 teams. So you're a Mendavian Crusader? Truly spoken. I hope you have heard about our glorious tentacles. Our order fights demons fearlessly, preventing their tentacles from spreading across the world. You never meet an Aasimar in these lands? Aasimars are not so uncommon in our tentacles. Celestials are known to aid Mendavian Crusaders in our war against the demons. Sometimes this camaraderie sparks a tentacle. Personal attraction. But just the presence of a holy celestial nearby can sometimes cause the birth of an Aasimar child. See? Easy as tentacles. Are you participating in the debates? I most certainly am, by my tentacles. I've come here to carry out the will of my tentacles and set a good example for my tentacles, and possibly to find a new way to fight tentacles. That is, demons. If I win, the Fae might answer to all my tentacles. Good for you, sir. I think I have to go. I don't want to hear any more about your tentacles. Before you leave, let me ask you, and in the name of tentacles, don't consider it idle curiosity. What need brought you to the tentacles debates? Jubilost? Yeah, it was me! Bruh. Bleaching. Remember the bleaching. Huh. Is there a kobold team? Why in the name of tentacles are you screaming? Did something happen? Did something I said seem inappropriate? Quite surprised. The note... Oh, end of quotation marks. Quite surprised the knight asks with truly noble tact. I am the victim of a tasteless and primitive, but nevertheless rather vile prank. Jubilost catches his breath. It's that trick with the rules, but I read a different scroll, and now... Oh, are the 3 different? And I picked that one. Oh, that's actually quite funny. But I read a different scroll, and now I keep screaming off and on. Good for you, Sir Knight. You can just change your motto. And it seems I shall have to change my profession. If we don't reverse this spell, I'll be a stall cry to the end of my days. Fresh oysters! Get ya! Fresh oysters! Today's special tentacles! What a humiliating bore. So back to your question. It was I who asked the Baroness's help in the inconsequent debates. The victory will give us a chance to ask what made the gnomes leave the first world. As you probably know, since then my people have suffered from the bleaching. I'm looking for a way to end this affliction. In that case, I wish our worthy rivals good to tentacles, in the name of truth, justice, and tentacles. This guy is an absolute fucking hoot. I like him. Anyway, Kobold, talk to me. What's your affliction? Unless you cast a spell and you thus have no affliction. Little Kobold raises his little snout at you. Greetings. Are you participating in the debates too? The Kobold brightens. Yes, I participate. Amazing! Even the inarticulate kin of unforgettable Tartuk are here. The Turboas turn their heads to Jubilost and hiss in indignation, and the Kobold shivers. You scream scary. Another gnome screams scary too. Angry gnome, I scare. Why do you have those jerboas here? They're so cute. The Kobold lowers his head. Face say, need 3. I know 3. I know friends. Oh, this poor little guy. I understand the feeling entirely. But what's your name there, sir? Wanted to go very much. Caught this jump mice. Jump mice. Now year 3, participate. Good for you. It's like a spell was cast over my friend when he read the rules. Did anything like that happen to you? I don't read. The gnome who read the rules for you got screwed over. I don't read. Gnome, help me. Read for me. Aloud. But then scream. I scared. So what do you want to ask the host if you win? I dragon. How become dragon? He's so cute. Bye. Hey, nerd Zotanthropple. The pale gnome reads aloud enthusiastically, and the young wizard desperately thrashed about in his fetters, but all in vain. The shoots of the plants held him tightly. The nymph, cruel and beautiful, sneered at him and immediately... And immediately what? And immediately anything! The left frog is mocking the right one. Does this book ever end? I thought the wizard would die in the last chapter while he was running from the horde of unicorns through the fields of giant fly traps. Oh, like you understand anything about literature, you stupid toad. The gnome looks at you. Hello again, travellers. It seems I haven't introduced myself. I am nerd Zotanthropple, and these 2 idiots are my brothers, Var and Luar. So what did the nymph immediately do to the wizard? It's too much to tell. She keeps him hostage for another 4 chapters. I like it when it's more like real life. In this author's last book, he escapes from the evil wizard in 5 minutes. The little kobold said one of you helped him read the rules. Oh! I was wondering why they were frogs. That makes perfect sense. So the third one must polymorph you. Yes, that's true. But he wasn't trying to read the frog rules. They're different in every poll. One turns you into a frog, another makes you say tentacles, and the third one makes you scream like crazy. Hilarious, right? Not remotely. Wait, so it's you guys? Then why did you turn into a frog? You suffer from the bleaching, don't you? She's dying from the bleaching. Dublos's voice is grim. It's alright. I've still got a fair bit of fight left in me. The Zotanthropples don't go down easy. Nerd smiles cunningly. My brothers and I lost our colour long ago, but death still hasn't taken us. Are you participating in the debates? Sure, although really we're just here to see the show. We figured it would be fun, and we were right. Okay, so who's the final group, or is that all of them? Oh wait, you're in his team, right? I'd rather fight with demons than talk to Fae. Yeah, well. Jubilos, we didn't really get to the bottom of this. Can we... I don't really know what I'm to do at this point. Who else am I to speak with? I don't really want to read them. That's the host. Does that not just start it all? You want me to read this nonsense? Fine. It's not going to get anywhere. It will. It's... Lost, I'm so sorry. It starts the same, and then item 4, the most important one. The participant must say tentacles at least every 10 words. Oh my, someone has such a delicate and brilliant sense of tentacles. Humour. Who would have thought? Someone so sophisticated, eloquent, and tentacles such as I. Actually, I meant to say someone as tentacles as I. Sophisticated. As I would fill his speech with tentacles. No, I refuse to believe this is happening. Do you want to be a frog too? You want me to read this tentacles again? Fine, fine. Can't get any worse than tentacles. It's not the same, and then item 4, the most important one. The participant must assume the shape of a giant frog. Verity, tell me what happened. I feel strange. A bit larger than usual. Yeah, but you're not screaming, which is great. A bit four-legged and naked. A bit yearning to gobble up that fly. Oh, they supersede. They don't stack. Great, the frog's better than the other two. This one's going to destroy your bleaching, or hasten along your bleaching. That one's just painful to talk about. And, you know, this one seems better for you all around. I didn't find out who is responsible for this, though. I'm going to say the host, actually. I'm going to assume the host. Hello, good lady, sir, person, thing. What now? What? I can't... Somebody over here want to talk to me? Because I don't really know what else to do. I'm so confused. Who else is there to talk to? Talk to her again? Why are you calling those frogs your brothers? Those fools read the rules, and the rules are charmed. Those colourless and dim eyes flare up with a mad and joyful fire, and anyone who reads them turns into a frog. So now I have 2 frog brothers. I guess I'll leave them as they are. When else will I ever have a chance to laugh so much? And why are they both frogs? Did they read them together? Yes! Neb responds quickly. Nah, the frog on the right says happily. Shut up, Laura. Of course we did. We read them and we transformed. Now we're sitting and croaking. You're confused, my friends. If one of you read the rules for the kobold, why isn't one of you screaming? How was it that both your brothers were turned into frogs? And if Nerd already saw what happened and knew the rules were charmed, then why did she tell us to read them? Do you suspect us of something? Why would we charm the rules and read them ourselves? I'll make you read them and put a spell on you. Nerd adjusts a ridiculous helm and strikes a rakish pose. Oh dear, he's back to screaming. Everything here just screams gnomes. You couldn't stay away, so you got wrapped up in your own prank, because why not after all? It's so much fun. You're far-sighted and loud-voiced. I like you. Answer clearly. Did you harm the rules? Why are you picking on us? Our sister is the one who did it. Enough snitching, Lua. You're just jealous that it was Nerd who came up with the idea. And why did you do it? You're so boring. We wanted to, so we did. Just think how funny it will be. Debates, where all the participants are screaming or talking about tentacles or just croaking. That roars with laughter. But we're honest players, so we charmed ourselves too. We weren't what an unfair advantage. Stop us immediately and release Jubilos from the spell. Croak. Croak, croak. We're just stupid frogs and we understand nothing. Nerd pretends not to hear anything. Verity, I know this is unexpected, but let's just leave it be. I'm ready to participate in the debates, even like this, croaking all the way. You think I won't use force despite the rules about non-aggression? Lift the spell or else. Nerd looks at you angrily. I spent so much time getting his prank ready. If you only knew how hard it is when there's almost no colour left in you. Fine, here you go. Oh, there you are. Glad I found you. I stalled for as long as I could, but now it's time to begin. Let's go quickly. Well, I freed Jubilost from his tentacly, screaming frog body. The hooded creature looks mundane, but after looking for a time, one might notice the figure's contours tremble and flow, as if in a haze. Yep, actually, you don't have to look carefully to see that. It's really obvious. Welcome to the Inconsequent Debates. You can call us the host. We are the reason for all that happens here today. Except for the rules. You've read the rules, have you not? Not that there is anything useful in them. We only made up the real rules the day after tomorrow. What? Then forgot them and had to make new ones. So it's simple. You want, as your reward, for us to answer a question. So the competition will involve answering questions. We ask, and one in each triplet answers, and always the same one. The others can only prompt. Let's see. It'll be you, Little Kobold, you, Sir Alfrey, you, Nerd, and you, Verity. Why not Jubilost? Remember one thing. Here at the Inconsequent Debates, there are no right or wrong answers. Every answer has weight, and each will be weighed. Don't choose the lightest one. Your rival might find a heavier argument. And most importantly, light answers are no fun for us. Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to get into that. Let's just begin. Begins! The kobold jumps from joy. Good for him. He's really having a hoot, isn't he? We are ready. The knight nods resolutely, despite the tentacles. All right, let's see how tough they have it in the first world. Some of you look so serious. Let's all begin with a question about weighty matters. What can move a mountain? Jubilost, Lindsay, what's our answer? Oh, I shouldn't have skipped my philosophy lessons at the academy. Such problems baffle me. You're useless to me. It's not because I can't think of an answer, but because I think of 1,000 of them at once and don't know where I can hide from them. Let's see. We are dealing with Fae in the first world, and they told us clearly that trivial answers won't cut it. I think the good answer is its own will. In the first world, mountains often change position, and there's at least one that does it of its own free will. That's Ulas, one of the Tain, the walking mountain. Okay, I'll take it. Its own will. We heard you. What will the others say? What can move a mountain? The little kobold frowns desperately. Maybe dragon? Dragon can move mountain. Faith and divine intervention. Do you hear, my faithful tentacles? Faith nourishes us. With devout faith in our tentacles and righteous cause, everything is within our tentacles. A teleportation spell. I could probably manage moving a hill or two. In fact, that gives me an idea. We have heard you. Now you hear us. Of course, gods and magic can move mountains, but that answer is good for any question. How can one jump over the house? Magic. How to paint a fence yellow using blue paint? Divine intervention. Such light answers are the weakest. A good answer is its own will. Will and desire light the base of all our motions, action and decision. If a mountain has a will, it will surely find a way to move. It was an interesting round. Let the next question be heard. What weakens when owned by many and dies if owned by none? What weakens when owned by many and dies if owned by none? I like a secret, personally. Jubilost. That's a no-brainer. It's glory. It can't belong to many because then it's devalued, and it can't belong to no one either. The little kobold looks as if he is about to cry. Aw, poor little kobold buddy. I don't know this. Maybe it's dragon? Are all his answers going to be dragon? It's the knight's heart, I swear by my tentacles. It can belong to himself or to his righteous cause, or to his greatest tentacles. It can't belong to everybody. Yeah, look how I can roll my eyes. Fools, concentrate on because they're frogs. Concentrate on the competition. This won't do. We won't accept the answer from the Zottenthruble triplet this round, but you're a spectacular eye roller. Now, as for the other answers. The heart is not the best answer. Even among knights, there are many whose hearts belong to a beautiful woman, and a beloved mother, plus their friends, their commander, their righteous cause, and a delicious lunch. Especially a delicious lunch. And it doesn't seem that those hearts that belong to many grow any weaker. Glory is a poor answer. Only an extremely egoistic person, yep, that's Jubilost, who does not wish to share credit could think it shouldn't belong to many. One's own glory does not diminish anyone else's. I thought Jubilost's answers were going to win me this, but that might not be the case. We were almost prepared to agree on the dragon, but alas, no one gains victory in this round. Here the third question. Each of us is born at the same time with a monster. Each day we live, it grows. It can torment, bring us joy, or kill without a single wound. What is it? Sounds like depression to me. What are you, Jubilost? Considering that question is asked by a representative of the Fae, the answer could be anything from singing to the love of pastries. But let's think logically. The last part of the riddle can easily be ignored, because just about anything in the world can aid or ruin you depending on the circumstances. Agreed. What's important is that the riddle clearly points to some quality or property of a living creature, something that is born with us. Another point, it grows. I would say knowledge. For each new day brings something new, so our knowledge of ourselves and the world keeps growing. For some, though, this process is ridiculously slow. An evil twin brother from another timeline. Should I keep going with his answers? Because not everybody has ambition. I'm going to be honest with you. We've heard you. What will the others say? What is the monster? The little kobold grabs his head stressed. Maybe it's dragon? It's curiosity. That actually is a better idea that I like. It is born with us. It grows day by day. It saves us from the bleaching. And if you only knew how many it's killed. I mean, yes, but that's also more gnome specific than others. I don't know if the answer will do, but the greatest tentacles is the one that lives inside us. We grow a tentacles beast in our soul. We feed it with wrath, neglect, and tentacles. Eventually, it could break free and kill us. But tentacles must admit, the same beast gives strength to villains and tentacles. The poison we feed our monsters only nourishes them. Interesting answers, except for the dragon. The dragon doesn't count, alas. Curiosity is also insufficient. The monster we described must by its own nature grow. Many see their curiosity dim over the years. We like the answers about knowledge and the inner beast, but both seem somewhat light. We expected something more substantial. We declare that both Sir Alfred and Verity, along with the triplets, shall share the victory for this round. But remember, a victory shared by two is half the victory. One final trial, and we will sum up the results. I grow tired of questions. This is your party! Do you know the game Knight, Dragon, Snag? No. The knight defeats the dragon burns the snag. You mean like a sausage? But if the knight walks in the woods... Oh, like a snag, like something's tied? Okay. He will stumble on the snag and die. That's why the snag defeats the knight. It's just paper, scissors, rock. Children's games. Great. These are the inconsequent debates. Why not play a game? That's just luck and chance. See, so really, my winning depends on luck and chance for a child's game. So, you break up into pairs and yell out your chosen word at the signal. The one who shouts knight defeats the one who shouts dragon. The one who shouts dragon defeats the one who shouts snag. And snag defeats knight. We'll play Sir Alfred against the kobold and Zotten Thruple against the baronets. The winners will then play each other. In the first pair, ready? Yell on 3. 1, 2, 3. Knight. Dragon. This was all too predictable but charming in a way. Oh, that kobold. The host is obviously enjoying the game. It's a good thing we didn't look ahead. It's much more fun to see it unfold like this. So Alfred wins. Now for the second pair. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. What would she say? She would say snag, wouldn't she? So I'm going to say dragon. Oh, interesting choice. Dragon. Nerd shouts, performing a spot-on impersonation of the kobold, then falls over a laugh. Ah. Looks like her own amusement is more important to her than the competition. A tie. Let's go again on 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go... There's so many different ways it could go. If she wants to then mock Sir Alfred, she'll say knight, which means I should go snag. But dragon's capitalized, so she might want to, like, buckle down and go with that. I don't know. I'm going to say snag. Snag. Oh, was that another tie? The baroness is like my other sister, with exactly the same. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3. Snag. Knight. Snag, 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 snag. Hooray. Nerd Zotten Thruple wins this round. Don't sigh so mournfully, Sir Jubilost. Your disappointment, I guess the capitalization was telling me I needed to pick it. Your disappointment will make all the flowers within 100 steps wilt and die. Besides, all is not lost. The results have yet to be tallied. The final pair, Nerd against Sir Alfred. 1, 2, 3. Sir Alfred takes a deep breath with his mighty chest, but then the curse takes over. Tentacles. Nerd begins, but then she hears what her opponent has shouted, refuses to finish, and doubles over with laughter. No one wins the round. Well, it was fun anyway. Wait, you don't get a second chance? Like, when we tie, we get to keep going. Whatever, here's rules. And now it's time to announce the winner for the debates. After 4 tests, the triplet of the Baroness... the three of us, yes. The triplet of the Baroness and Sir Jubilost wins. Should be a capital. It was most amusing, children. Most amusing. You should know that this is rare praise from us. I kind of thought it would be longer. That was like super quick. I like your rainbow though, by the way. Congratulations, sirs and ladies. I swear by my tentacles it was a worthy struggle. Baroness, as the voice of your triplet, you may ask us the one question promised, and another question besides that, as an extra reward for the ingenuity or luck you demonstrated in the competition. Great! So Jubilost gets one and I get one. Verity, do you remember? The fate of the note. Jubilost suddenly stops talking. He opens and closes his mouth, but makes not a sound. Have a silent spell, mate. Haha, I love it. Now what's he going to do? Come, brothers, let's run. Now everything is in your hands, Verity. Think well upon your questions. We will answer honestly, but I don't know. It's also an honest answer. Oh, ask about what a host from the First World might know. I want to know why the gnomes left the First World, for Jubilost. I want to know about this affliction, the bloom, that fell on my barony. I want to know where you organised all this host. I want to know who my love is, with whom I'm bound to tie my lot. I want to know how to gain power and immortality. Any good suggestions for a pet name? I kind of like question 3. It's the kind of thing that I would do. I would waste, quotation marks, my question on something personal and ambiguous at the same time like that. But okay, first question. Why do the gnomes leave the First World? There is the question. We knew it would be asked, but a simple answer, a light answer, has no value, right? We hope our debates convinced you of this. This is why we present to you another answer. A good one. A valuable one. Numbers will help you on your way. One of them is 5th in 10. Huh? It will be easy to find if you read. Who opened the road for the ancient dead man and his black-feathered messenger? Well, Tristian. No, Tristan took advantage of it. I don't think he was responsible for it. The second is 12 times in a dozen, and is thrice the number of those who lost their faces. Don't try to guess it now. It's not yet time. Wait until he who was born twice. That's Armagh. Armagh, isn't it? Didn't they say that Armagh was twice born? Is that because of his predecessor? I don't remember why they called him that. It's been so long since I played that part. Will twice be defeated. Okay. Oh, so I've got to kill him twice? Rip. Put the 2 numbers together. When the moon leaves her path near the waters of the Candlemere, find the one who will open the secret. That does not answer the question, by the way. A heap of senseless mumble instead of a... First walk the road, then you may accuse us of being senseless, but in the end, you won't. Tell me about the bloom. Well, that's an easy one. Or is it? Once, a very powerful creature from the First World unwisely provoked the rage of those who are 100-fold mightier. She was cursed and sent here, to Galarian, to the Stolen Lands. Without going into too much detail, her curse afflicts the locals as well. To put it simply, your troubles will not cease until you've dealt with this uninvited guest. Anyway, we'll discuss this further in your tomorrow and my yesterday. That was your final question. We have the answer, and yet we don't. What an adventure. Verity, we must discuss this at the capital. Farewell, Verity. We almost forgot. The host turns to the kobold. You little creature. You didn't win, but you managed to make us laugh. Do you want to come with us? No promises you'll turn into a dragon, but still. But he might find some friends. The kobold jumps from joy, but then carefully asks, pointing at his jerboas. Take my friends, yes? Right, fine, the hooded creature laughs. Listen all, the inconsequent debates are now closed. We spare all of you the effects of the Zotenthrobble tricks, and bid you farewell. Well, that was bracing. The fair no match to my ingenuity. Bruh, your answers did not win us that. You almost made us lose, in fact. Yeah, I don't need all the surplus. Wait, Amiri's back. Fuck off. Come back, Miri. Dragon Guard was no use to me. To be fair, I didn't use him correctly, but like it took him so long to get to the enemies. It was really frustrating. Okay, we go back home now. And then we go to Candlemere afterwards, I assume. I have a straight path to here. And then I can cross, or I continue down and I just continue down. It does not make a difference. And we have to rest before we go into the city. Ha! Thought you could have cost me. I think not. Oh my god, why are they everywhere?
The bowstring came undone again, and the shoulders creak. A good solid bow. It will last for a long time. I'll fix it, and Torab will bless it.
Oh, Miri doesn't have a goddamn weapon. What do I do with her weapon? I don't know how to fix it. Can you please change to your sister? In we go. We have a lot to discuss. Okay, everybody and their dog come at me. Lindsay, I don't want to hear it. Of course she has to be first. What? What could you possibly bloody want? Imagine that. Queen. You know, I always believed in you. You keep it up, and who knows, in a couple of years you might even become an emperor. I do not want to be an emperor, and it would be empress. Thank you. But at Armagh, he and those creepy sisters barely managed to find the tomb. How are we going to find it? I mean, I suppose I have a bit of an idea, but I'm not sure. What do you mean how? The same way we always do. We pack our things and go find it. We could ask the Tiger Lords. We have scouts I have scouts we can send to Glenabon Uplands. They could scout out the location for us. Seriously? You have your own scouts? Well, I don't know why I'm so surprised. You're soon to be the queen? Fine then, let them search. What? We're not the first to live in these lands. Countless other people were here before us. Maybe they knew something about the tomb. We could find some archives from previous inhabitants of the stolen lands. Like the dwarves, maybe. Truth be told, I don't really know where to look for them, but these lands are swarming with ruins. There must be an archive or two left somewhere. I mean, maybe. Hopefully. Let's do it then. Let's find this tomb. We have to hurry. Who knows what Armagh might do, given enough time there. Yeah, Tristan's more important at this point. Because I don't know what he's up to. I suppose I don't know what Armagh's up to either. Thanks, Barkin. Thank you. Be bitter. Bye. That's it. Wow, I'm surprised. Reach Armagh's tomb, but I don't know where it is. Discuss the events with Jubilost. Where do I find Jubilost? Reach Armagh's tomb. How long does it take for Armagh to become what the ancient Parry spoke of? I hope we're not too late. Perhaps the information about the tomb can be found in ancient books, but where can we find the books? There are a lot of scouts serving Baroness. Let them do the work and investigate. It's not very helpful. Assemble a militia in Varnhold. Oh, okay. I mean, that will require me to spend time, will it not? Find any hint on the location of Armagh's tomb. Send 2 bird scouts to search for the tomb. That's not really what we were looking for, but... Jaethal. 30 death. Oh, we definitely do Tristium first then. Okay. Holy shit, the BP though. Sweet baby Jesus. Fucking stay there. I said 500. Okay, we're safe. An amazing discovery. And I still have nothing I can do. Great. So where is this thing that Barnhold wants with the militia? Is somebody currently doing it? Ah, it has been done. By Ekun, takes 2 more weeks. Okay. Well, nothing seems to be happening. I might just wait the 1 day though for Harem. You saw nothing. And then we save again, having put her on that charge. And then we skip. See, there you go. Divine, huzzah. An unexpected visitor. Okay. Problem. A terrifying visitor awaits you in the castle, giving chills to the servants and guards alike. What on earth could happen the minute I press this cross? Hi! A dismal silence hangs in the hall as the figure of a new visitor appears at the door. He's taller than anyone else present and seems to be made of subtle folds and sharp angles, from his metal mask to his scarlet cape, and then he literally reeks of evil, cold, calculating, unrelenting. Greetings to the forefather, the ruler of this land. An expressive male voice carries across the hall. The visitor bows politely. I've come from afar to discuss a matter of considerable importance, and I hope for a civilized conversation. Let me introduce myself. I'm called the Forefather, and I serve the illustrious Queen Mahatala. I don't know who that is. I am a devil. Guard to arms! If you think I'm going to give you any intel spawn, you are mistaken. Right, there are devils roaming about my castle. What brings you here, good sir? I came simply to pay my regards to a lawful ruler. Oh yeah. I am lawful, aren't I? Am I lawful? I'm lawful good. No, I'm not. I'm neutral. Neutral good. Neutral good. I'm not lawful. It's my manner to conduct myself in this way. The devil makes a few gestures and says something indistinguishable. Both he and you seem to be enclosed in an invisible ring. The outside world shines through dimly. Its sounds are barely audible. A modest precaution. Others should not hear what I have to say. I have news of someone you know, young Kinira and Kalike. One of them is in great danger, and they both share a single fate. They must have told you by now of the Soul Eater who killed Kinira. I should imagine that by disclosing their secret and true names to you, the poor children deprived Kinira of protection from this deadly foe. The Soul Eater has picked up her scent and will soon be here. You will need my help to deal with it. What is your interest in Kinira and Kalike? My interest in those lost children is special. I would even say familial. It's my blood that runs in their veins. A long, long time ago, I gave a night of... Oh, they're your children! I gave a night of passion to a young follower of Mahatala's cult. Her soul has writhed in agony in the flames of hell for many ages, and yet I still feel a vague joy when I see the offspring of our alliance walking the sunlit lands of Kadira. I am their forefather, and not only by name. What's so special about a Soul Eater? I've killed worse beasts before. The Soul Eater is more ancient and far stronger and more evil than any others like it. It knows Kinira's name and will follow her relentlessly. If you refuse my help, both you and the girls will have to remain on close guard day and night, waiting for it to appear, to attack. And believe me, the devil seems to chuckle, even so you will not be prepared for when it strikes. What do you suggest? I can lure the Soul Eater to appear at the right time and place. I even know a way to be rid of it, once and for all, without any fuss. If you are willing, then come with Kalike. Why Kalike? To the barrens at the southern border of the Kame lands. Kame lands? Why? It must be Kalike. We cannot risk her sister being found. We'll meet there and resolve the matter once and for all. Fine. I'll come to the agreed place. The devil makes another half bow. I enjoy dealing with reasonable and civilized mortals so long. I have no reason to deny the man. Wasn't that cute? Oh, hey. A devil came to see the Baroness. I need to go sell my goods. Because I have so many of them on me. And I'll have to get Amiri a basic bitch sword. Because I don't know what else to get her. Unless I can buy back a bastard sword from the vendor.